TWF Dynamite or Might. I, Michael Cole, with Tony Schiavone and with Taz. And today on Dynamite or Might, we're going to have, a good show here today on Dynamite or Might. We're going to get very near to the Kingly Thunder that's going to happen this Friday on Friday Night SmackDown, Michael Cole says. So, look forward to look forward to that. When that happens, Michael Cole says. Well, I can tell you one thing, Tony Schiavone said, we're getting ready for the Royal Rumble or the Kingly Thunder. And we know two wrestlers or fighters that will be in it. It will be Gunver and it will be Roman Reigns, who fought each other, who had a match on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw, and then lost. I'll tell you right now, Michael and Tony, Gunver, however you say that name, it's unfair. He's losing to folks. He lost to Rainbow Bright 3 times. He lost to Roman Reigns once. He needs to get back on his winning ways. Right now. He truly does. Whoa. He needs to get back on his winning ways. And at least that's what I believe. But how can he, get back on his winning ways, Taz says. Well, we'll have to see, Michael Cole says, because only Gunther or Walter or Gunther only he has the answer to that asking thing, Michael Cole says. And to be earnest with you, Tony Schiavone said, it's no one's mistake that he's losing, it's only himself. Calling himself the ringleader, the world's greatest wrestler, the world's greatest fighter or overstar. So everyone wants to know, how am I going to come back from that shameful losing? Because I lost to Rainbow Bright 3 times. Now I lost to Roman Reigns. And I know if I can fight Roman Reigns again, I know I can beat him. I know that can be done. And I'll tell you right now, Roman Reigns will not beat me again. He got lucky. But Roman Reigns' luck will not last. I will beat him. Because I am the ring fighter. I am the greatest wrestler in the world. Needed onlook here. All due onlook here, Gunver, or Walter, or whatever you want to call yourself. You are one of the greatest wrestlers. Okay, next to Roman Reigns, you were untouchable. Next to Roman Reigns, you were unbeatable, unstoppable, unyieldable. Yeah, think about it. Before Roman Reigns became the kinhead, you were the man that was setting all the reckonings. When you came to WWE, you were on WWE NXT UK, and you won the WWE NXT 4-1 Kingdom winnings, beat Pete Dunne for it, held it for a long time, lost it to Ali Dragunov. But you held it for a long time, and hell, that's something even Roman Reigns couldn't do. But then you went from NXT UK to NXT, you didn't win anything, and by that time, Roman Reigns had already started as a 2-time World Heavyweight fighter. The 26th between a flyout offshoot. The one that started with Finn Balor, alright? And he was on his way of holding that for at least, we'll say, 1, 2, 3, 4 years. He was holding that for at least 4 years. But you weren't done yourself. When you went from NXT to SmackDown, you beat Ricochet and held the WWE Inter Body winnings for about 555 days, which is a long time. And when you went from SmackDown to Raw, then you lost at WrestleMania earlier this year to Sami Zayn. Not bad. You only lost 2 times, Ali Dragunov and Sami Zayn. Then you became the World Heavyweight Fighter at last year's SummerSlam, still holding that one. And yeah, you lost to Cody Rhodes, so you weren't going to win the, you weren't going to wear the capstone winnings. So you only lost to 3 wrestlers. But even though Roman Reigns may have lost the World Heavyweight winnings, the 6th between a while offshoot, and the WWE Heavyweight winnings, you, my friend, were the next unbeatable, unstoppable, unyieldable wrestler. You say next to Roman Reigns, huh? You know Roman Reigns, Paulie Dangerously, is a lazy shithead. He only wrestles half a year, and when he did wrestle Paulie Dangerously, and don't lie, he had his near kin and friends help him. He had Jason Uso, James Uso, Sami Zayn, So Sikoa, and he had you helping him. So at the end of the day, he was a lazy shithead. I wrestle every day. I was wrestling when he was taking time off. Roman, may I tell you something, Gunther? You cascade Roman Reigns for being a lazy wrestler when you had Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser help you out in all of your matches that you had on NXT UK and NXT and SmackDown and Raw. And I know you're not good at selling bumps. And you only got F5'd and FU'd and stunnered only so many times. And stone rock bottomed or stone bottomed only so much. And I know you got thrown through a board by So Sikoa and his outlaw team. How you like to get mic slammed, choked out, and they won't see you again for a long time. How do you like that? If you're going to be picking on my wise man, my overseer, my first wicker, then you just started something. And I don't want to, you want to start something with me? Come on, let's start something. You think you're so bold? All right, Roman Reigns. I know every time you're around, every time you and Gunther are around, you both are starting something, one or the other. So here today, we will have Gunther fight Roman Reigns here today on Dynamite or Might. Now, give me the fight keeper in this ring. Well, Michael Cole says Daniel Bryan showed up. The main overseer of the TWF, and the nearest thing that we have to Adam Pearce and Nick Ambrose and Ava Rain, Santina Marella, and Christopher Daniels. And now the fight lady can stand up in a ring now, and Gunther is ding. Well, that's unfair, Taz says. Gunther got Overman struck even before the match happened. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on a small here. Roman Reigns got body slammed by Gunther. And then they might slam. Michael Cole says. And we'll tell you what, Tony Schiavone said. Gunther was going to beat up on Paulie Dangerously. He was not a wrestler, not a fighter of any kind. So who's the weakling in this book, Taz? Tony Schiavone said. Roman Reigns is a weakling. He's a weakling. He's a lazy fighter. He had his chin and his friends help him. And you're going to tell me, Tony Schiavone says, he didn't have Giovanni Vinci and he didn't have Alexander Wolf at one time? And he didn't have, Lupe Kaiser help him out in his matches? Tony Schiavone said, well, Taz, I'll tell you what, Michael Cole says, Roman Reigns did the Overman strike on Gunther. Gunther and Roman Reigns were both guilty of being lazy and trusting their friends and kin to help them. You know, they're both guilty of that. But Roman Reigns, you know, a spear on Gunther. And will Roman Reigns beat Gunther here today on Dynamite or might? Michael Cole says. 1, 2, and a kick out. Well, not this time, Tony Schiavone said. This time, Gunther, the ringleader, the ring fighter, lived through that spear, lived through that Overman strike, Tony Schiavone said. And Taz says Roman Reigns wants to do it again. Gunther just slammed Roman Reigns with a might slam, Michael Cole says. Uh-oh, Tony Schiavone said. He's going to put him in a sleeper. And Roman Reigns is going to have to fight to get out of that sleeper. Hold, Tony Schiavone says. Taz says Roman Reigns is going to go bye-bye. He's going to go to sleep. Gunther, the ring leader, the ring fighter, will beat the kinhead. And you'll see it happen here today on Dynamite for Mike. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner by yielding. The ring fighter, Gunther. And now Gunther has beat Roman Reigns here today on Dynamite or Might. So he's back on his winning ways again. And he seems to be truly happy with himself and glad with himself all at the same time, Michael Cole says. Well, I can tell you what, Tony Schiavone says. Roman Reigns has nothing to feel ashamed of. You know, very few men or women could have said they could have beat Gunther. You know, so he has nothing to be ashamed of for not winning here today on Dynamite or Mike. You know, Tony Schiavone says. Well, I can tell you one thing right now, Michael Cole says. Knowing Roman Reigns, that he might only see that loss as a setback, you know. And Roman Reigns has only lost at least 2 times, need be, since 2024 Wildo, where Gunther has lost at least only 3 times. Once to Ali Dragunov, once to Sami Zayn, and once to Cody Rhodes. You know. But Roman Reigns will see that loss as a setback, and he will come back from it, Michael Cole says. Well, hopefully he does come back from it, Tony Schiavone says. Because as you say, he most likely will only see that loss as a setback and nothing more. You know? Well, I don't know if he can come back from that, Taz says. And I don't know if he's going to see that loss as a setback or not. It might make him shift that thought of himself that he's the greatest wrestler who ever lived, Taz says. Well, Taz, some would say Gunther has the same belief of himself, that he's the greatest wrestler who ever lived as well, that Roman Reigns and Gunther are both guilty of that same thing. Well, all right, Tony Schiavone said we're going to take it away now to Sarah Shiver. Thank you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. I'm going to be talking with Gumpher? Yeah, Gumpher here today on Dynamite or Might. Alright, Gumpher or Gumber. We saw you beat Roman Reigns, who is one of the very few men it can be unbeatable, unstoppable, and unyieldable next to you. Well, Sarah Shiver, I just showed everyone that so-called kinhead, head of the board, highest leader, king, Kaiser, overlord, overwatcher, whatever nickname he wants to give himself, it's not as good as being the ring leader or the ring fighter. And I got back on my winning ways. I beat Roman Reigns, that lazy weakling who only wrestles half a year, and when he does, he doesn't put in the time. He always had his near kin or his friends help him, or that no good Paulie Dangerously help him. But I'm here to tell you, I beat him, and I'll throw him over the top rope, and I'll be the one that will then go to win the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings from Cody Rhodes. And then you'll see me as a TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. Well, that's my talk with Gumpher or Gumber. Back to you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. Alright, thank you, Sarah Shiver, for talking with Gumpher here today on Dynamite or Might. And looks like it is all the time we got here for Dynamite or Might. I, Michael Cole, with Tony Schiavone and Taz. We hope you like Dynamite or Might, and we'll see you tomorrow for Impact or Hit.